We are indeed. So we are going into the next map, which is chosen by Sunshine. It is IPL4 Shattered Temple. After multiple discussions of which version actually is, this is the one.
Yes, it is. It is the one and only. I heard that you love to sing Chesney Hawks at karaoke.
I know.
Is that true?
I mean, if you guys watched the GSL, you remember you had Artosis say, if I was in the karaoke, I always sing Girlfriend from Avril Lavigne.
Wow.
Mine's actually Chesney Hawks.
I'm not sure which is manlier. I'm trying to figure it out.
We'll have to wait and see. Wait, what is Sunshine doing? Is he like...
Sunshine is, looks like he's going to be 6-pooling right here with Terran and...
Is he even there?
Did they start the game?
No, he said he was ready. This may be some... No, it has to be a mistake.
Yeah, I'd say that's a mistake. Sunshine evidently has some issues because he's not building anything.
Alright, well, I guess this is going to have to be a remake.
I was going to say that I think this
I'm like, yeah, he's going to go 7cc. That's the best building in series.
7cc.
I know, like, what are you doing, Sunshine? So, I don't know what's going on here. I guess the admins are going to have to sort this out.
I think there's probably something going horribly wrong with his computer at present. Unless he's trying to execute one of my ladder strategies, which is inadvisable. Yes, I think we remake now. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that's not the best start. I don't think 7cc is a good build.
Do you not think it's an optimal build for
Wouldn't that be funny if it was like, what are you doing, Apollo? I was going to go 7cc. I'm like, oh my god, what have I done?
You've ruined it now.
I know. Reason for this choice of map. And again, he is building an SCV.
Well done.
All right, I was going to get excited then about it.
Yep, he's building an SCV. That I am very happy about.
You can go to game screen.
Well, we could until the scoreboard decided to disappear. Like a...
Oh no.
That is not standard.
Alright. I don't know what's
Guys,
wrong
I
with
think
this
there might be
version.
something wrong because this is a new strategy I've never seen before, which is 6 SCV and then lift for no reason. Ha.
Alright, I don't know. That's not a good strategy to do.
I'm not keen on that, honestly. I know he's trying to redefine the metagame.
7cc or lifting the command center first to
and
move.
then not doing
it's like,
anything.
I'm going to move to the... Oh, this is not Metalopolis. There are no gold bases I can move to.
Yeah.
Without further ado, take it away.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring you vOddy, who seems to have quite the fan base over there. Let's hear some noise for vOddy. There you go. And he is in the blue trunks. He's playing Zerg to the east of the Shattered Temple versus his opponent, Sunshine. He's in the yellow trunks playing Terran to the west.
And Sunshine's map of choice, having lost that first game, and I wonder what he is, what wants to do on this map. This is IPL3 version, which is pretty much the same as everywhere else. There is not the chance to 3-bunker block, as the supply depot is in its way. And also the other thing is there are no close by ground positions, only close by air and cross position. So on this map, Mech is pretty good again, simply because it's a lot easier to take a third base, and then once that is taken, the gold base is super easy to take. And once you have established 3 to 4 bases, the distances from holding the gold base to your opponent's gold side, it's so close, makes it so easy to play Mech, because you don't have to be unsieged all the time, you know, compared to a big open map. And we'll have to see what he does do.
Yeah, we're going to be looking, I would imagine, for a fast expansion here from vOddy. Very, very standard to do against Terran. And since Sunshine's already started out the barracks right there, just looking for a really straight up wall off. He takes the gas as well, so no early double barracks marine pressure or any nonsense along those lines. It's going to play it nice and straight up. vOddy takes the expansion without too much of a problem, and we've seen vOddy play gasless for quite a long time. I imagine he's going to continue to do that.
Yeah, it's a cool little style. And the thing with vOddy is a lot of his kind of traits, I suppose you could say, have transferred from playing Command & Conquer, where he always used to be a very unique player. He'd use abilities that you wouldn't really see because it's not that he didn't like using them, he thought they were cool to use. Rather than them being useless or useful, he was like, I just want to build it and see what it's like.
Yeah.
And so like we saw that a lot in the last game, and especially with going gasless style, double queens, creep spreading, and he's very open-minded is probably the best way to describe him.
Yeah, I'm liking what he's doing here as well. He wants that SCV, but actually what he's doing, which is really good, is he's wasting a ton of mining time here for Sunshine, and he even grabs the extractor as well, so it's going to prevent any kind of early Cloak Banshee play by that, and of course gives him a nice little bit of scouting information. He's going to have an idea of how many Marines are built. Like, for instance, he already knows that there are 2 Marines, and that gives him some info. It also means the reactor, of course, they're slightly delayed. Factory to follow that one up. Now, he doesn't know about that just yet, but no doubt he will expect it to really stand opening.
Yeah, especially on this map too, because the natural area is so open, as you can get Hellions around. The problem with vOddy's style is that he does like to go gasless. Against Hellion play, it's not so viable.
No.
The thing is, the thing you have to bank on is you cannot use Zerglings to defend. That's it, you can't. You don't have speed. Zerglings are horrible off creep, even with speed, against micro to Hellion. So without, you can imagine what it's going to do. So what he has to do here is get a 3rd queen up, maybe a 4th queen. He has to creep spread well, and he also needs to build 1, even 2 spine crawlers, because 1 spine crawler may not be enough if we do see Sunshine decide to run past. And on that thought, I suspect we won't be seeing just a single set of Hellions. I suspect we'll see up to 6, maybe even 8 off that one factory in this map.
Yeah, that would make sense. And I wonder what the response is going to be. A single spine crawler coming down there, probably put down another one in his main, I would imagine. Nice to defend against that kind of aggression. We'll see if he decides to do 2 more after this. There we go. He's put 1 in, but he's currently supply blocked, not for a very long time. And there we go, 2 more coming in there as well. A little bit of Hellion damage being done. Those Lings do stay alive for the moment. Getting aggressive with the Queen, trying to push them away. Just doing little bits of damage here and there can really make the difference in the long run.
All right, so we are seeing this pure non-gasless style. He is creep spreading as well. He has 4 queens and Zerglings without speed. The thing is, we have stopped, I think, so far in terms of Hellion production, but look at this. We have a barracks with a tech lab building a Marauder, which is a little bit weird. That's probably just kind of safety against any roach play, rather than super aggressive all-in per se. But at the same time, he's stopped building. Always had a 2nd factory. There's a 2nd factory as well, so we are going to see double factory coming off from this. So we are just going to see this kind of mech style. Probably Blue Flame Hellions, and a lot of them coming against this gasless style. But the placement of everything, 3 queens, 2 spine crawlers, the macro hatch there. He cannot enter anywhere.
Yeah, and those queens really just do not care about it. In fact, they're probably enjoying the wonderful warmth of the Hellion flamethrowers right there, and so little damage actually being done by that. You can be able to push forward with those spine crawlers and gradually do that walling off pretty much completely with the macro hatch. That's actually, I think, the biggest wall off I've ever seen from a Zerg player. Yeah,
it's looking pretty good too. I mean, he's expecting, on this map, you can usually expect some form of all-in a best of something series. If a Terran player is behind, so he's playing ultra safe in that regard too. He really can't be breaking down. He has an Overlord in great position as well on the left-hand side here, sees the expansion and sees the gases have been taken everywhere.
Yep, he knows that, and that's going to indicate, of course, that mech play is coming in some form. Starport coming down, and it's on a tech lab as well, so we can expect to see a little bit of Banshee pressure later. It's Sunshine style to throw Banshees in. It kind of throws them in at weird timings, from what I've noticed. It's not obvious as to when the Banshee's going to arrive, which can catch your opponent off guard. The thing is, with double Evolution Chamber and the amount of queens of a Banshee is not going to do all that well.
Personally, I would have actually preferred a lot earlier Starport and a lot earlier Medivac, and then just drop into the main base. You have all this focus on the natural without any decent defense in the main. You have 2 queens, but what happens if a bunch of Blue Flame Hellions and a single Marauder came in? There's not much to defend against it.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, there's actually not a Banshee is coming, but the Medivac coming out is so late, it doesn't make that much sense for it to come now. But the thing is, he's got that many Hellions, he'll literally load up 4, drop 4, load up 4, drop 4, and then we'll have like 8 Hellions running loose in the main base, and I don't see a Roach Warren. I see an early Infestation Pit, so we have vOddy taking a bit of a gamble here. The one thing he's got running for him, he does have decent creep spread in his main base, so that may help out to engage, but still, 8 Blue Flame Hellions is pretty good.
Yes, it is. That's a very, very dangerous idea right there. He's building a lot of links to back that up. He's building Roach Warren as well. My concern is the timing. You've got the Infestation Pit coming up, which means you've got no Pathogen Glands upgrade, which means that even building Infestors now, Anella's down. There's a mistake from Sunshine, getting completely caught out of position. vOddy annihilates 4 Hellions immediately. Really, that should not have happened. Sunshine should have been able to deal with that, but here comes the drop coming in, and 4 Hellions on creep. Yeah, no, I don't know. Well, I suppose we're about to find out, aren't we? Actually, Sunshine controlling these really well. Loses one, but getting into a really good position. And nice pick up there by Sunshine. The question is, will be able to get the third one down before the medevac goes on? Well, I guess they're trapped there now. How much damage will be able to do? Well, there's about 5,000 queens just killing them there, so not too concerned.
There's 5 Hellions in the center of the map, which I would have loved just to see them been picked up as well.
Yeah, elevate those in. That would have made such a difference.
I mean, there's 5 here with 4. That would have been 9. Those Lings would have not done anything against 9 Blue Flame Hellions. And so it's a little bit disappointing to see that. But at the same time, he's backed it up with a pretty fast third base and an armory coming down as well. So he's got good economy to back this up versus 2 base. Zerg at the moment only just taking their third.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to have a poke around, see what he can see, of course. I mean, he'll be able to work through those rocks. It'll take him about 5 years to make his way through that, but he can do it. He might as well. It's not really anything he can do with that for the time being anyway. The thing is, there's an opportunity here to also take a 4th as well. Continue pushing out here. I'm liking body style here. I really am. Heavy upgrade style. Getting the infestation fit out straight away and going straight into Neural Parasite, knowing that his opponent is going to be playing heavy mech. Well, look what he's up against. Right now, there are no tanks on the field, but he's now building 3 Thors at the same time. So Neural Parasite is the perfect counter to this. It looks like vOddy's read this game really well. Yeah,
it looks like we are going to see this Thor Hellion composition, which is pretty good, especially against this style. But against Infestors, it's not that good.
No.
Because Neural Parasite will be able to target down the Thors easily, and then the Hellions are left alone, and they're not going to be able to do much. And oh no, he's surrounded as well. And look at that, pulls away the Lings that he doesn't think he needs to kill the Hellions, so that splash damage doesn't overkill.
Efficient.
So very efficient with these Lings, making sure he doesn't lose anything here. Meanwhile, stabilizing very nicely. I wouldn't even be surprised once taking the gases on that third base that he actually started the hive and started going up to a higher tech a lot faster than usual. Against mech, you either have to tech up super fast because you know your opponent can't attack you, or expand a lot because you know your opponent can't attack you straight away. I mean, is an opponent that's going mech going to push out with 2 Thors and 8 Hellions? No. He's going to wait until a lot more. So in that sense, you have a lot of time to make the choices on what you're going to do for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it would allow him to take his gold if he so desires. And the fun thing here is that these Infestors could potentially go and do massive damage over to the top. There's a couple of missile turrets coming down, knowing perhaps that the Infestor risk is very high at this base, which is quite far away from those reinforcements. And a couple of Lings able to take a toll on that economy, able to at least kill 1 SCV, one for the second one, but that's not going to happen. Blue Flame Hellions are there to deal with it. However, there are not enough Blue Flame Hellions to deal with that many Lings, especially if the engagement is good. And Sunshine decides to shoot the Infestors. Not a great idea. That was a good cleanup there. Some Lings killed, but nowhere near enough. And this third will now be denied.
Well, guess what? Thors are pretty slow. And
yes,
Infested Terrans are pretty good against command centers, so this may go down. I don't know. We'll have to see. If he decides to do it, he may just wait for the units to come down. Oh, great fungal growth.
Yeah, vOddy's playing so well, and there's the Neural Parasite. 3 Neural Parasites. Suddenly, the Thors ripping their way through their brethren, and the Lings just smashing through the remainder of them. The Infestors are now dead. There might be enough Lings to break this. It looks like there is. The second one going down, a Blue Flame Hellion coming to reinforce. But yeah, he's been able to deny this third base from mining or doing anything for quite some time. And he doesn't even have to kill it. He just has to sit there and pick off units as they come through. 3 naked Thors up against Infestors, and more Lings will stream in at some point in order to try and deal with that. Down goes the Blue Flame Hellion, and while Lings are pretty good against Thors, there are still 3 of them, and he didn't quite have enough Lings to follow that one up. But vOddy looking really strong. He's taking his gold as well.
Going to the main as well. Will he be able to get there? Will the supply depots go up in time? Oh no, he gets in, but at the same time, he does block off the main, and these Lings are trapped, so these Lings won't be able to do that much damage here.
Well, they take themselves a Thor, which I think they're pretty happy with in and of themselves, and then hit the mineral line as much as they can, do some damage before the Thors are able to clean them up. That is still extremely effective.
Refuse to take their break, and they suffer for it, unfortunately.
Yep. 22 workers killed right here by vOddy. He's looking in a great position. Mass Thor Star from Sunshine is not really doing the job at the moment. I think he needs to get some more Blue Flame Hellions out there. Those ones are desperate to join the fray, but unfortunately the SCVs refuse to let that happen. They're too busy working on the supply depot.
So many Infestors at this north side now. They're going to be able to kill a lot of SCVs right now, and this is not looking good for Sunshine. And he's falling apart compared to the earlier games we've seen. Playing against a better opponent is clearly showing now.
vOddy is just so good. I'm sorry, he is, and you might think there's a bit of bias there, but it's not. He's a really good player. Hey, look, siege tanks. let me grab one of those for you, bro. And that's how you demolish a mech army, with a lot of neural parasite. And there we go. The Zerg Siege Tank's able to rip through that. More infestors, and just that was a massacre. GG.
GG, and that's one way to deal with mech, I suppose. Never let them get past 120 supply.